Straight to the paper, snatching makers, man, I'm all in. With precision like lasers, my aims to annihilate my targets. Regardless of what you call it, it's nothing less than greatness. And how I define what great is, you can't fake this. My statements, if fall on deaf ears, those with wisdom, embrace it. This marathon I'm racing, consistent passion, persistence, and dedication. I'm faithful amongst my peers, cause I appear with proper preparation. Be getting my shit together, my people need reparations. My whip need tent and leather, my tribe spread worldwide through every American ghetto. What the pot called the kettle, for lessons a place that I can't settle. Descendant of West Africans, here the native be known I ain't having it. 5,000 handy Honda slaps in the establishment. Got them hoes scared, still look like the Million Man mannequin challenge. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. No sugar, no cream. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. No sugar, no cream. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. No sugar, no cream. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. No sugar, no cream. Check my balance, I'm Iron Mike, you Cicely Tyson. The Lord is pure as enticing. Crazy how niggas that hate me wanna be just like me. The mind's awakening and it's the perfect timing to shine bright ideas. Tired of working 9 to 5s, you gotta grind where I live. Through the rain, sleet, snow, chiefin' heavy on that dro. AC blowing snow, audio intellectual. Whoa, them niggas iffy, huh? Claim he had the blicky, huh? They got the telling you ain't gangster, just a drippy cunt. Stop letting the media mold your views of black culture. Cut off all supply to those ravenous vultures. High voltage and high power. They say you either have it or you don't, and I got this. The lockwood locksmith and Reaper roll wizardry. Wizard dry pussy in hell on all my enemies and all pretend to be's. Claiming they ain't feeling me. Old nigga, the blood, no loss in my genetics. Fibonacci spirals with the smoke, excellent methods. Excel beyond all limits. Frustrated deep exhale on y'all niggas. Future double XL freshman. Although in my realm I'm a veteran. Seems some of y'all haven't got the message. I'm divine by design, nigga. This was destined. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. No sugar, no cream. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. No sugar, no cream, nigga. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. No sugar, no cream. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. No sugar, no cream. The black messiah in fly attire. Heads a fly fire, get a signal, beware that'll boom sit you. Flatted rap casted half-assed the raps that y'all be cheering on, I act an actual acrobat. I be flipping flows like tumbling on tile. Y'all some motherfucking lab rats, trapped in the maze in amazement at what this flavor could bring. It's that black coffee, no sugar, no cream, motherfucker.
All right. First, I want to say peace and Black African power. Welcome back to Kofi Piesie TV. I am Kofi Piesie. First, I want to say ETM Hotep, Dua Duau, Dua Aku, Dua Necha, Fatmu Alafie, Fatmu Riri, Fatmu Iwa Pele, Majuba Ibi Gungun, Majuba Ibi Gungun, Majuba Ibi Lakba, Majuba Ibi Lakba. I always want to give honor and praises to the ancestors because without the ancestors, we wouldn't be here. We are our ancestors. Literally, we are our ancestors. I also want to stand honor and praises to the true and living elders according to an African perspective and from an African world view. Before I get started, try not to keep y'all too long because I don't want to harp on this. First, I think I'm the only one ripping this right now, man, but I'm gonna keep going till people jump back on the wave and understand the objective of what the new Independent African Academy is. Hold on one second. Yeah, but I ain't gonna go over I'm not gonna go. Everybody know I always go over the objective of the new Independent African Academy. We go over the codes and conducts, but right now I think it's not worth going over the codes or conducts because I'll be a hypocrite to do it. Which I'm still standing on the codes and conducts, but previous people and my team, I can say we hadn't been demonstrating what we supposed to be doing. We had not been following the codes of conducts, and we not been really doing the mandate, right? But if you're still rocking with the new Independent African Academy, go to our Family Connect Apparel Connect to get the what's the name. While everything's been going on, I said, I'm gonna make a few dollars, right? I'm gonna make a few dollars off of this. I'm gonna capitalize off of the things that with the show from Friday, and I'm gonna capitalize off of the things that has been going on with my brother. So this here is never fall out. And I done say a lot of people have heard me say this a lot. Never fall out with your friends over misinformation. You know, if this resonates with y'all, go cop the shirts from the our Family Connect Apparel, or just type in Mboka Family Connect Apparel and go to our online apparel store and get this. We also got the sweatpants, we got the shirts, the tank tops, the hats, the shorts, a few other things on there. Now I get off of that. Let me change my screen real quick. Let me change this and we're gonna get into it. Where I'm at here. Let's do this. All right. Today I'm live, Tuda. All right. So this is what the shirts look like. If y'all want to never fall out with your friends over misinformation, this is what the shirt actually look like right here. It's available on Mboka Family Connect Apparel. If you want the regular, I got the regular ones. I don't have them up right now, but it'll be just the regular red, the black, red, and white. Never fall out with your friends without the man on the front, without the man on the front of it, right? But man, let me go to the chat thing. Let me go to the chat, and then we're gonna get in. We're gonna get into it. Again, man, the name of it's this. I wasn't gonna do this, to be honest with y'all. Let me change this. So I can see the chat from this other computer. All right. Like I said, man, I wasn't going to address. A lot of people know it's a lot of stuff that goes on in the community, a lot of stuff. And I'm never involved in none of the stuff that goes on, to be honest. I see stuff posted all the time. I never say nothing. I keep my distance from away from the confusion when stuff goes on. I disagree with people, but I still don't go live and get in my emotions when I hear people say certain things about me. But everybody know that, it was a show Friday to be exact. It was a show Friday. And my name was brung up like a lot of times. Like I say, I dismiss the noise, but a lot of stuff that was said about me, I just feel like I just have to address a lot of the stuff that was said about me. A lot of stuff that was said about me was lies. First, I want to say this. Anytime that you see Kofi Piesie TV go live, that doesn't mean that I'm actually in the chat. So if you see somebody commenting up under my name, that's because Sean or Chavis or Sutek is logged in up under the StreamYard. The StreamYard is up under my email address. So when they log in to go on StreamYard, and if they make a comment, you might see Kofi Piesie TV down there. You might see an image of me. For the record, that's not me. Because I think the brother thought I was attacking him while Sean was going live the other day, because he said 4 people was against him. He said Sean, Kofi, Sutek, and Chavis. I wasn't in the chat. I didn't even know the show was going on. So I wasn't in the chat. I didn't attack that brother when he was live or whatever the confrontation that he had with Sean. So I just want to set the record straight that wasn't me commenting, Reggie. If you ever get a chance to watch this, that wasn't me commenting in there. Anybody else, and when they're commenting, they're logged in. The StreamYard that we use, the program that we use, is logged in up under my email address. So if they comment when they logged in, it looks like I'm commenting, but I'm not commenting. I'm not in there. If you don't see me on the panel, I'm not in there. And a lot of times I've been out. I hadn't been doing anything. But like I said, This is a show called Love Changes with, and also be looking out. It's not on the website, but it'll be on the website tomorrow. Love Changes with the season. So if you rocking with that in the morning, if you want the shirt, let me go back to it. Let me change my camera one more time, and then we'll get into it. So if you want the shirts, never fall out with your friends over information. Never fall out with your friends over information. Go to Mboka Family Connect Apparel and get your shirts to there. I don't even know if y'all was able to see me. I don't know. Let me see. There it is. So again, never fall out with your friends over misinformation. A lot of this stuff got started. Well, some of it. I ain't gonna say all of it, but never fall out with your friends over misinformation. And Mboka Family Connect Apparel, we got the hats, the shorts, the shirts, the pants, etc. I don't know why this laptop keep coming out. But we'll also have Love Changes with the Seasons. So be on the lookout for that shirt. Be on the lookout for that shirt. Let me change my camera back to this other angle because I like this angle better. But I just wanted to clear that up first. If somebody is commenting, it's not me. I don't be on Facebook like that all the time, and it's not only my channel. It's the team channel. It's the channel. So they have access to go to on the channel. So again, if somebody's commenting up under my name, if I'm not on the panel, it's not me. Dang, hold on. But I want to start out with this too before I get into the bill. I'm gonna share something real quick. Dang, hold on, let me share my screen. It's just gonna take a second. Let me share my screen. All right, screen sharing. Let me go here. All right, before we actually hold on. Let me get back over here because I ARF. All right. So before we started writing, right? You know, because we're gonna talk about the brother trying to destroy our company, right? But we're gonna get into that even with the writing. We're gonna address that a little bit too, but I want to definitely address the lies and the police and the federal court thing. You know, I just want to clear my name from all the lies, right? But it says this is the article I wrote May 25th, 2019. A lot of people read this article, and a lot of people told me that it was an important piece. This is before we even wrote the first book, and then a year later creating the publishing company, right? So I always talk about the elders, right? And a lot of times people that are older than you always think that you should give them respect because they are older than you or they've been existing longer than you, right? But I don't look at that. And I look at things from an African perspective because I was even told that I need to change my name. I'm my family, part of my family, on my mother's side, their ancestry goes back to Ghana, right? Goes back from Ghana. They migrated from East Africa, and they migrated from East Africa into West Africa into Ghana, and they've been there for a long time, right? And my name is Kofi Piesie. I was told that I need to change my name. Kofi, everybody know that Kofi means born on Friday. They know Piesie means the firstborn. So I was born on Friday, and I am the firstborn, and my ancestry goes back to Ghana. And I have family members who are a part of the ancestry of the Gullah Geechee people, those people who was kidnapped from West Africa, from Liberia, and so forth, Liberia, Sierra Leone, those people that was kidnapped for a specific reason, or a target for a specific reason, for a specific skill set they had, and they was brought to these different sea islands to facilitate a particular practice or a particular skill that they had, right? And when you look at a lot of those people that comes from out of Sierra Leone and comes from out of Liberia, and et cetera, et cetera. A lot of those different ethnic groups, come from the background of the Ghana, the other Ghanese, and a lot of the people that are Gullah Geechee carry the name Kofi, and their name Kofi may be spelled different than the way the Ghanese spell their name, but it's spelled Kofi. So that name is definitely the right name for me, and definitely I will not be changing my name because it represents my ancestry, right? It represents the Gullah Geechee people, and it represents my Ghanese ancestors. So I was told to change my name, right? But let's talk about the elder, because like I said, a lot of times we throw the word elder out a lot, right? We throw the word elder out because a person is older than you. So you must give this person respect because he is older than you. The older person can show a disregard for respect for you, right? A disregard of respect for you and your family. Cannot set the right example for those who's coming behind them, right? That's not an elder. So I wrote this article so people can understand what's an older and what's an elder, right? So we can stop throwing out the title of elder to everybody who is older than we. So, and I know I look at things from an African perspective and from an African worldview because I study Africa. That's my lane, West Africa. I don't go outside of my lane. I stay according to my lane. So you don't hear me talking about all the other subject matters. I understand some of it, but I deal with West Africa and culture and traditions, right? So I'm going to read just a little bit of this and then we'll get back into it. This was written in 2019 by me, right? And it says, in traditional African society, as well as embedded within the value systems of commentary African communities worldwide, to live in an old age was considered a blessing. It is a blessing, y'all, to be up in old age, right? And I hope one day that I'm able to see 65, 75, 85, 90, right? It's a blessing. Eldership is, however, more than mere aging. As I stated, the difference of importance of understanding being an elder is fundamentally different from just being old. In regards African religion, the purpose of practice is eldership is found in spiritual meanings of eldership. To become an elder, one must passes through all rites of passage from the old age. So these are some of the rites of passage. It's just not all of them. I talk about them in my book, Beautiful Lessons About Kimoyo, and I go through those rites of passages and I give you even more. But these are like some of the popular ones, but I give you some that a lot of people don't speak about as well. But let's just go down to where you get to elders and eldership, right? One must meet the right criteria in order to be an elder. Everyone in African culture, when they become of age, if they doesn't meet this right criteria, they cannot be deemed an elder. They do not go to elder. They do not pass the elder right. And in order to be an ancestor, one must be an elder first. So those in African culture who does not become an elder, right? Because there's examples that you have to set. Those are things that you have to do. Those are in order to be an elder. And after you transition, then you can be recognized as an ancestor as you go into the ancestor realm, according to the African traditions, right? But you can't be an older and transition and be an ancestor, right? And being an ancestor, you are forever remembered. Right. So they set up different relics. We do this today. We put pictures up on the wall. Right. We put candles outside our homes or wherever the death may be. We paint murals in remembrance of the dead. And we do these things for people who we love and for people who gave an impact on our lives, who gave an impact in their community, who gave an impact into their society. Right. So if you're not an elder, you can't be an ancestor, so you can't be remembered. They won't even speak your name if after you transition because you have not became an elder. So what is an elder, right? An elder is a guardian of the culture, the traditions, and the history of the people. Integrity. integrity, integrity, generosity, wisdom, articulateness, subtle, patience, tactfulness, gratefulness, and being listened to and respect by others are all the qualities of an elder. Understanding with eldership, one's status is value in the community rises. What is the role of an elder? The primary role is the elder is to advise. The primary role of an elder is to advise. The primary role of an elder is to advise, y'all, to guide and to oversee the living in the community, the fundamental values and the purpose of life, and teaching the young the values of the purpose and the lies in the teaching of the young, what it means to be a human. The elder knows the tradition, the history, the values, belief, the culture laws that it invalidates. According to the experience of wisdom of an elder, it is readily sought and freely shared with others. Elder charges with the task of understanding both the material and the spiritual requisition of life. It is the thought to be an honor to even be in the presence of an elder. They serve as a link between the past, the present, while guardians that our way of life is extended into the future. It says it serves as a link between the past and the present, while guaranteeing that our way of life is extended into the future, right? So an elder supposed to advise. An elder is supposed to guide. An elder is supposed to be the overseer of the living of the community, the fundamental values. And the purpose lies within teaching. It says teaching the young. He's supposed to teach the young. He's supposed to advise the young, right? The overseer over the young, right? He's supposed to be the gap between the past and the present, right? I ain't gonna go through all of this, but this is on my, let me stop sharing. This is my article. This is off my Kofi Piesie written compositions. I started writing articles before I actually transitioned to writing books. Hold on. Damn. Hold on, y'all. Make sure I get this computer right, because I need this computer on. Yeah, I do sound like a pastor at times, about there as a pastor. But I just wanted to throw that out there too, because we got to stop throwing around the word elder to people when they don't even meet the criteria of being an elder. And when you get older, or so people are considered elders, not elders. And some of these people are elders in African tradition. They wouldn't even go through and meet the criteria of the eldership right. They would not be remembered by their community or their family when they ascend into the ancestral role. They wouldn't even be considered an ancestor, right? So we got to stop with calling people elders because they older than us if they don't meet the criteria, if they're not setting the right example, right? If they're not guiding and advising the youth and putting them up under their arm, right? We gotta stop. We gotta stop. And I said I wasn't going to do this show, and I'm not going to even respect, because the name of the show, Love Changes with the Seasons. Kofi Piesie addressing Reggie Mabry, right? And with respect, it says with respect. So I'm addressing him with respect, even though I'm saying that if you go back and look, the criteria he doesn't follow to be an elder, right? He doesn't have that criteria to be considered an elder. But I'm going to give him that respect. I'm going to give him the respect. He didn't give me the respect because I don't know where all this come from, right? I don't even know where it all come from dealing with me, right? So I was frustrated Friday. Everybody know that it was a show done on the pseudo killers. They let Reggie go in, right? So Reggie went in and, he attacked. I'm thinking the show is about, him and Sean, because I had heard, still hadn't watched the show, but heard they had went into it and got into it or whatever. And it was some stuff said or whatever, and Reggie didn't like it, right? So he went to the Pseudo Killers platform and they gave him a voice to speak, right? So I'm listening for a few minutes. I'm thinking that it's gonna be, he's gonna be going at Sean or whatever the case was, and I'm just gonna step in for a minute and get out. So dialogue, they let him have, and the dialogue took place, and Reggie begins to speak a lot about me. Don't know nothing about me, began to speak a lot about me and began to tell lies on me. So I'm just here to clear my name. I'm here to clear my business name. And I'm here just to set the record straight. I'm not here to beef with Reggie. Reggie may come back later on, don't like something that I said or whatever. He can go back over there and go to his platform or anybody else's platform, and he can say whatever he want to say about me, but I'm done. I won't be bumping more gums. I won't speaking on this. And the reason why I'm speaking on this, y'all, is because over the weekend, I had no BS. I had so many people call me over the weekend, right? So I talked to Brother Unc. I was furious at Brother Unc. I was furious at him, but we had a conversation, right? We had a conversation. I talked to Brother Unc. I talked to Sister Kaba. I talked to the group, Sean, Sutek, Chavis. I talked to Brother Sheffrin. I talked to Sheffrin today. I talked to quite a few people, right? And I got a phone call. I even said, I wasn't going, I wasn't even studying. I wasn't going to do it. I didn't really never respond. But I said, damn, but it was on my mind. I just need to clear my mind up. And I really need to get some of this stuff off, but I ain't going to go. I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to worry about it. Right. But then I got a conversation from, you can say this woman is my business partner now. Right. She's a professional. She's not a professor. She's a professor, and she's a professor at a good institution, and she has books out. And she see the vision, and she wants to come in and help me. So she done critique me on some things as far as with the business, right? And she has now become, you could say, my business partner. And I'm not gonna put it because she don't want her name on it. And then she had a conversation with me because her niece watches us now, and she been following the stuff over the weekend. And she called and said she didn't really want to be associated with me or associated with what was going on because she's a professor at an institution, and she don't want to be associated at all with what goes on. And I understand that, but we talked it out, and she was telling me the stuff that her niece sent her and stuff that she was looking at and stuff that she didn't know what was going on. And, why are we involved in this? And a lot of this stuff can be bad for business. And how can we get our stuff in academia when we act in a certain way, or even get people from academia on our platforms because of the way that we carrying ourselves, right? And after I talked to her, she was still willing to be a partner in the company and help me do some things because we are a new company. We only been around a year. And we, and we need some help with certain things, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later because I want to talk about the business and how Reggie actually tried to destroy me or try to kill me when you say you trying to do a certain thing to stop me from making money to take care of my family, especially when I didn't cause no harm to you or did anything to you, right? So they let him get it off, right? They let him get it off, and he mentioned that the first lie was that Sean, I don't like him. For the record, Reggie, I never ever said I didn't like you. Never. Even when he talked about the conversation. Well, let's talk about the conversation, right? The conversation that we had, I had Unc is my man, right? Everybody knows Unc, my man, right? And it could be confusing to somebody, seeing what had happened the other night. But like I said, me and Unc had a long conversation yesterday. And you know, and with quite a few other people, right? And they let me see it from a different perspective. So I'll say I'll take some accountability and some of the stuff that actually took place. I'll say I'll take some accountability, but let's get back to. But we'll get back to that in a minute. But he said in the conversation, this was about a year ago. I'll paint the picture. This was maybe not too long or a few months after the Kemet thing, right? So everybody knows that Reggie has an issue with Sars and he has an issue with Wu Jiao, right? And they had been battling and going back and forth with the place named Kemet, right? And Netanyahu got involved. People said Reggie got Netanyahu involved, and I don't know because I'm not going to speak on it because I don't know. That's what it was said, but I'm just going to say Netanyahu got involved, and I'm cool with Netanyahu, you know. But anyway, Netanyahu got involved with it, and there was a debate or a conversation between Sars and Netanyahu, and some people was there to review it or to I guess judge it. I don't know. I don't really know the ins and outs between it. Then there was said that Reggie got Mario and Beatty involved in the place named Kemet. So they took that to ASCAT, right? And you know, it was the tensions were high, and we know that Reggie was beefing with Sars and he was beefing with Wu Jiao, and we know he still kind of got an issue with Sars. So I don't know if it was because we say that name a lot that he didn't like me. So doing a conversation that we had over the phone, because he talked about it and I talked about it when I was talking about in a circle with these people, right? And the people in these circles that I was trying to get to, they're not even who you think they are, right? So a lot of times people are fighting to get in position, to be in position with these people that we see that are YouTube famous, right? And a lot of people want to be YouTube famous, right? I can care less about it. YouTube don't bring any value. It bring a lot. It do bring a little value because we marketed our publishing company. We marketed our online apparel company, which I'm going to separate. I'm in the process of separating the business, both of the business from what we normally do, you know. So you might not see a whole bunch of advertising in the next 6 months about my business on this platform if I continue to do this on this platform, because a lot of this stuff has become corny. But during the conversation that we had, Reggie said that I came on, I got on there so he can, I guess I can help him promote my book or, you know, talk about my book. I actually came on to try to tell Reggie that I respect him. I've been watching him for years, even before I stopped watching Sonetta TV, and I'm no shots out this, meaning I say shout out to Sonetta TV because I'm not on that beef stuff, man. I ain't on that beef stuff. People have pick whatever platform that they want to go on. People enjoy that platform over there, and I have no issues with that black man over there. I never said nothing negative. The only thing I said that I stopped watching it, and I shouldn't even said that. Because at the end of the day, we all have some influence on people, even though with the few people that may stop because I said it, even though I didn't tell nobody, but we still have influence on. So we have to watch what we say. I'm learning that too. We have to be careful in what we say because we don't know the influence that we have on people. But the conversation was supposed to be, and I called my man Unc, and Unc put him on the phone. Unc was like, no problem. Unc did it right away. A lot of times if I call Unc about something, man, you know, Unc get it done for me like right away. And vice versa. If Unc called me about something, I normally get it done right away. Just except this last thing that I did, it was because of the beef that was going on between Sean and him. And it unmotivated me to do anything for anybody. So it wasn't that I didn't even finish what he asked for me to do. I didn't even finish what other people asked for me to do, or other people was inquiring me to do, or trying to patronize my business to do. And I let the business go by the wayside because I was upset because two people that I care for dearly are beefing bad, and it's not sitting well with me. Because I'm trying my best to resolve the issues, but I can't get. Well, I say I couldn't get to one person. I'll say that I couldn't get to one person at that time. You know, the other person was willing to sit down and talk, which is Unc, but Sean at that particular time wasn't ready to sit down. And it was some stuff that was going on with him internal that I thought I knew, that I didn't even know what was going on. None of us really knew. I thought I did, but I didn't, right? But I was there to just give Reggie his flowers. Actually, I was there to actually get some counseling from the brother. I was there to get some counseling because I envisioned when the conversation, my vision was I was going to talk to a person that I respected, right? And what I'm saying is before I transitioned from watching Sonetta, I will watch Sonetta and periods, and that would be when my favorite people will be on. If a collective Amarat squad or individuals from the Amarat squad, I will watch it. If Shaka Utmost was on there, I will watch Shaka Utmost. If Reggie was on there and he was talking, I will watch Reggie. So these were like some of the people that I would, it's the only time that I would watch because I respect their scholarship. I'm trying to study these individuals. I'm trying to learn from these individuals. I'm trying to soak up what they got and try to apply it, or maybe it's something that they can say to kind of keep me motivated and keep me driving to do whatever it is I'm destined to do. You know what I'm saying, right? So, through the conversation, he was ugly to me, like he was disrespectful for me. You know, he was insinuating these little niggas, and I'm thinking he was I think he encompassed. I could be wrong. He encompassed us in that as the little niggas. And I know he was mad at the Sars, so he might have been talking about a Sar and Wu Jiao and their position and how he may feel about them, and their scholarship, or however he felt about what happened or transpired with the back and forth or whatever was going on. And now he has a resentment for him. And maybe that resentment caused him to have a resentment toward anybody else that's coming along, that's trying to help motivate, inspire, uplift, and offer something to our people, right? You know what I'm saying? And genuine with it and try to be accurate as possible when we deliver some information, right? So the conversation was, he was rude. He was throwing subliminal shots. We didn't talk about the book until he mentioned the first book. And at this time, I think we only had 2 books. And we're going to talk about the book that he pulled up. And I'm going to show something else too, right? But I think we might have had Spirit. He started talking about Spirits of the Mossi. So we might have was working on Spirits the Pen at that time, which was volume 2, but I might have been just only that one book out at that particular time, maybe. Or Spear Masters. I mean, from Spirits the Pen might have just came out. I can't remember, right? So the brother starts talking about the library, and I'm saying we trying to get in the library. And at this time, this is the first book that we put out, right? The book that he put up is the first book that we ever put out. A lot of people in this community say they for the people. We for the people. We for the people. We for the people, right? But then when the people try to come to them for guidance or get them to point them in the right direction, and I'm going back to the book. Before we put the first volume out, there were a few people that said that they was going to help us. We put that book together on trial and error. Trial and error. The people that stood up and said they was going to help us did not help us. We reached out to some people. So we was like, we not going to wait on nobody. We just going to do it ourselves. So I stayed up all night researching some stuff, doing some stuff. We put our heads together and said, this is how we going to do such and such. So we put out the first volume without any help. Of course, we're going to make some mistakes. That was our first volume, and the people that supposed to been experienced and have put things out was supposed to help us, didn't help us, right? But anyway, so I was saying, but I didn't know there were certain things in order to get your book on colleges or even get your book in the library, because that was his main thing. He was talking about the library and the colleges, right? And he was throwing subliminal shots, and then they go back to the little niggas. And then my whole thing was I wanted to and we never did get around the part of me saying, brother, I love you. Bro, I appreciate the stuff that you've been doing. So, and me, I sat back because at this point I'm looking and like, okay, he's older than me. Even though I know I study African traditions and I know how an elder is supposed to how an elder is supposed to act, how an elder is supposed to conduct himself, right? how an elder's supposed to conduct himself. I let him get it off because I understood he may be mad at these individuals. And I'm just getting some lag of it because I may be, and I could be wrong, because I'm cool with Sars and I'm cool with Wu Jiao, right? So I just let him get it off and I didn't say nothing. I could have got in when I feel like I was being disrespected, but I didn't. I say he's older than me. I respect this man. I love this man. I let him get it off. Got off the phone call. I was furious. I was pissed off. I was mad. The man treated me like shit on the phone. And all I wanted to do was give this man his flowers, and not only give him his flowers, I wanted to invite him to do a show because I was doing a show called Warrior Scholars. So I done interviewed a lot of people, and I was like, man, hey, I would love to get Reggie on because I think he's a warrior scholar. So let me get a person that I like on the platform, I respect, and then try to soak up some of the game from the elder, get some advice from the elder, get some counseling from the elder, right? I couldn't get that. Right? And people say, you know how some of these New York people are, you know, and they got to warm up to you with such and such. I mean, still, I didn't have to be respected like that, but I took it, got off the phone. I was mad. And I didn't go mad. I didn't go live and do something because I was emotional. That's something I don't do. I don't be emotional, then go live and do something after something happened because I know something, it could get ugly because sometimes we can get too emotional and we can say stuff, man, that we don't even, that we may regret down the line, right? So I kept it to myself. A year and a half later, 2 years, I did a show talking about being in the circle, whatever the name of the show was. And I talked about how all the people I had, some of the people let me down, right? You know, how they let me down, and be careful when you're trying to get in these circles with certain people, right? Because you're sadly mistaken if you think who they say they are, when a lot of them is not who they say they are, right? So that's the first lie. I didn't call him to contact him to get him to promote my book or whatever that was he was saying about the book, and he the one got on the book, and then we veered off into some other stuff, and I never got in the conversation. Well, we did get in the conversation of, I didn't ask, but I was explaining to him about a show. He did let me say, I can't say he did let me talk about the show, the Warrior Scholar Show, and what the Warrior Scholar Show was. And then, you know, me getting around to ask him, he had already off the rip when he said what he said, I knew he was going to reject. And then he told me he'll give me Carruthers' number, which I never did get. But I didn't, at that point, I was trying to get Reggie, because Reggie was the one that I looked up to. Reggie was the one that I looked at. Reggie was the one I wanted to get some counseling and some advice from, because I deemed him as an elder, right? But then he goes on to say that I shunned on him because I didn't like him. I never, ever said, even when that show I had, and I explained a little bit about the conversation, didn't go a whole lot of deep, but I was just telling my truth. But I didn't disrespect Reggie in any way. And I didn't say, I don't like Reggie. I don't say fuck Reggie. I didn't wish nothing bad on brother Reggie. I just explained the conversation and explained that I looked it up to the dude, looked it up to him, and why I looked it up to him, right? And I never said anything negative about that brother at all. Even after the conversation that we had on the phone, I never said nothing, never went publicly and talked about the conversation, never cussed, never said anything derogatory in his way. Even when people were saying he was a old hater, I always defended the dude. Didn't know him personally. I just know that the effect that he had on me, far as inspiring me to do some of the things that I did, right? So he had a positive impact on me. So I respect that. So I'm reaching to the elder to try to get some counseling and some things. And even afterwards, I still said I'm not going to disrespect that man. Even right now, when a man I say tried to kill me, I could come on here with some humbug, because just like he tried to destroy me, I say kill me. And I'm saying with my personal life, with my businesses, and because I take care of a lot of people. And when you try to come at me and you try to come at my livelihood, My livelihood because you have a problem with somebody else and I don't got nothing to do with it, never said nothing bad about you. I got an issue with that. But we're gonna talk about that. But I'm still and I could come on here and that's some stuff that he said, the lies and stuff that he was said. I can get personal. I know some stuff about Reggie, some personal stuff about him, but I wouldn't dare say the personal stuff that I say. He can say I don't know, but I know a lot of personal stuff about him, his business, but I ain't gonna speak. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna disrespect that man in any kind of way, and I'm not gonna have people to look at him any type of way, even though I have the reasons. He gave me the right to disrespect him and put his business out there on blast, but I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna take the high road and I'm gonna respect that dude. But I just don't respect the things that he did. I don't respect how he got me involved in it. I don't respect how he got my companies or my brands involved in it or anybody else involved in something that's going on between him and Sean. Where I come from, if you a man, you take care of stuff like a man. If I didn't attack you. So again, if you thought that it was me in the chat when y'all was doing the shows, Sean goes live all the time. I don't have time to watch every show when Sean goes live from Mossi Warrior Clan, from Kofi Piesie TV, or Science with Sean. I have no time for that. I work 4 days a week, which I get paid very good for. I have 3 businesses and I'm acquiring one right now. That's why I didn't do it. Well, I said I wasn't going to do nothing anyway. And acquiring one right now, seeking my LLC, just talked to my business partner and we finna get something else jumped off for the community because I'm about affecting change for the community. I'm about providing stuff and providing services for the community. It's not to line my pocket. It's what we call reciprocation, right? When you get a job, it's reciprocated. From your work, you get paid for your work. So your work it's a reciprocation. You doing something in turn for what you're doing, you getting something back. I never asked anybody for nothing. I got right now, I probably got about $6,000 worth of equipment over here and shit in boxes over here right now that I ain't even hooked up yet, right? I ain't asked for no donation from nobody. When we did the publishing company, I asked for no donations when I went to Penn Publishing and I took these classes to start the company, right? I took classes and paid thousands of dollars. I didn't ask for a donation for nobody. We don't even have a super chat. So all of this is self-funded, right? It's self-funded, right? So anyway, again, I'm not gonna disrespect the brother. That he can come on here and he can say he can do another show. He can go somewhere else and he can say whatever he want to say about me. I'm done with it, and I'm doing this with respect. So he can't say that what's the name. But anyway, what I'm saying is, when Sean go live, and for people that may not know, when Sutek or Chavis go live, StreamYard is up under my email address. So when they log in and if they comment, you might see Kofi Piesie TV. It is not me. So if you thought it was me going at you in a video that I ain't even looked at, because he said it was 4 people going at him. And I'm thinking the video that him and Sean was supposedly going back and forth, and Sean said, or whatever the case, some things video I hadn't looked at, a video that I wasn't a part of. So that's why I don't understand why I was involved. But the next lie, he said that I don't like him, so I sick Sean on him. For the record, y'all know that's what the young folks say. That's cap. That's cap. I know that's not my character. I do not like negativity. I stay away from that. I've been in this community since 2015. I started out with this. I am a founder of the Seshuma Ani Meta Nature. One of the founders of the Seshuma Ani Meta Nature. And Seshuma Ani Meta Nature was formulated and originated after a class that we took with Wu Jiao, and the students didn't want to stop having class after we got our certificates in the Seshuma Meta Nature, right? We met suitable proficiencies in his class where we was able to translate and transliterate glyphs. So that class stuck together and we formulated a group which was called the Warriors of Ma'at. And then it was later changed to the Seshuma Ani Meta Nature, but we formed the group right? And we began to demonstrate that people that look like us, black people that look like us, can demonstrate and translate and transliterate and translate the text. So from late 2015 onward, we created a channel, the Seshuma Ani Meta Nature, and we began to display the skill sets that we had of translating different texts, different steles, right? So I've been doing it since 2015. I've been a part of this online community, right? Been a part of the community. So from there, I branched off and started I started a channel, Kofi Piesie TV, in 2016, late 2016, 17. And I love the Kemet stuff, but I wanted to focus on West Africa because that's where it was at. So I began to focus on West Africa stuff and study heavily in the West Africa and began to buy dozens and dozens and hundreds. I got probably 1,000 some books, and a lot of it is on West Africa. Stuff that he said that we don't read, we just Google stuff, and we'll talk about that too. And we're stealing people's stuff. And if you go back, if you follow me, Kofi Piesie written compositions, a lot of our stuffs are cited. And then when we're speaking, when we're talking, because we're well studied in this conversation, so we can have a conversation. We can have conversations about certain things, right? So I can write about something without having to look in the book. Right. So if we want to talk about African traditions and cultures and, and their way of life, I don't have to pull out a book. I can go straight off the dome and I can type certain things, and then I can go and reference certain things from certain people. And then I know how to properly cite a person, properly cite another person. Right. So, damn, I'm looking in the chat. I need to stay out of chat. But I did not sick Sean on Reggie. I do not have a problem with brother Reggie at all. I don't have a problem with him at all. And that's for the record. I do not have a problem with him. I never said it. If he can show me, if he can pull up a show and say, well, I went in and I talked about him and I talked about him like a dog and I said, fuck him and nobody fool with him and I don't deal with him, I give him $1,000. I give him $1,000 if he can pull up where I disrespected him on anything. I give him $1,000. But he ain't gonna find that because I didn't do that. And I didn't deserve what he did to me. And just like Ben did a show, I didn't even know Ben did a show. And I had a conversation with Ben. I'm telling y'all, I done talked to so many people over the weekend. And I didn't even know Ben did a show, and I appreciate Ben doing a show and he coming to my defense. And this was left field for him. He trying to understand where is it coming from, how I get involved, because he thinking the same thing. Oh, it's finna be something. He finna deal with Sean, him and Sean finna go with it. Him and Sean finna battle, or whatever the case will, because I don't keep up with what goes on. I don't know who doing what, who's saying what until somebody tell me who is doing what, right? So I didn't sick Sean on him. So that was another lie that was told on me, that I did not sick Sean on him. And then he specifically stressed that I didn't give a damn about him, or he don't care about how I feel about him. And you would have knew how I feel about you if you would have if you would have gave me a chance on the phone like I wanted to and give you your flowers, but you got to talking and then you wouldn't let me continue to talk. And then you start talking about the little niggas, and then you start talking about the college and trying to downplay the book, a book that you hadn't even read. And I got an issue with that. People got to stop talking about others people's intellectual properties if you ain't even read it, right? Ain't even read it. So let's talk about the book, right? Let's talk about the very first book that we did right here. Let me see. I don't know what camera. Let me change my camera. Hold on. All right. Again, man, for y'all, man, please go get your, if you ain't got it, go never fall out with your friends over information. It is on Emboka Family Connect Apparel. Get your shirts, get your caps, get your socks, get your shorts, get your pants as they are available. Never fall out with your friends over information. Also, tomorrow, Love Changes with the Season shirts and apparel will be up on Emboka Family Connect Apparel. Never fall out with your friends. This is what the shirt looked like. This is what the plain shirt looked like without the man falling on it. The women might want to get it, so I got the plain. I got the plain. There's gonna be in varieties of colors on both of them. So go get it. But let's talk about the book. This book right here. He put this book. I'm still trying to figure out because I thought he bought the book. Because when we was talking, I was under the assumption that he bought the book, right? And he said support. He said, and then he said. I ain't supported him. He would have knew I was supporting him and knew that I was watching. Hold on, y'all. Darn computer over here. But yeah, he would have knew I've been supporting him. He would have knew I've been rocking with him, right? So, and how can you support somebody? And this is not no shot to the brother at all. This is with respect. Not a shot to the brother, because that ain't what I do. I leave that up to the professionals. I'm not a professional, so I don't know how to. Well, I ain't gonna lie, I do, because I had some things in mind. I wanted to be jazzy the day I got my ice on. The day I'm feeling good. The day I could have been in my unk bag today. But I choose not to. I choose the high road because that's not who I am. So if he would have had any type of product, I would have bought it. Everybody knows in this online community, and I can prove it, and I have supported everybody. Shirts, DVDs, hats, caps, socks, books, toenail clippers, tissue, anybody that was in this community that had some product, I was buying it and supported if they looked like me and they was in the circles or on this online community and I got a whiff of it, I bought it. So he said I didn't support him. I supported him for us looking at the videos. But far as anything monetary wise, no, I didn't, because he didn't have anything for me to actually purchase. But if he did, I would have supported you, Brother Reggie. I support everybody. Everybody knew how I feel. I tried to let you know how I feel about you, right? You didn't give me the opportunity when I had the opportunity. So the book, this is the first book. This is before the publishing company. And even with the publishing company, for the record, I have never ever said that I'm a master scholar. I never ever said that I'm a master teacher. I never said I'm a master influencer. I never said I'm a master businessman. I never said none of those things, right? None of those things. I make mistakes just like everybody else makes mistakes, right? And my sole purpose is I like to read. So what I did was I created also another brand that you can get on Mboka Family Connect Apparel on our apparel company. It's as I learn, we all learn. I stand by that. So for the average person that does not have the money to go and buy books after books after books after books, or even subscribe to certain places where you can get journals and articles that you have to pay for, I'll do it. And then I'll come back after I learn what I learned, and then I'll share that information with the people. And then I always put out a disclaimer. I am not a teacher, but merely a student sharing information. This information is for the, and if I am in doubt, do your own research, right? And I go on with the disclaimer. I never even confessed to be my publishing company to be A1 like a Barnes and Nobles. I never confessed it. I never said that we could make mistakes. I never said that. And people know if I make a mistake, I will say it, because I don't give a damn how somebody feel about me. I'm human. I make mistakes. We all make mistakes. I don't have a big ego where I'm gonna argue with somebody, even when I'm in the wrong. I'm still arguing with them just to try to save face. That's not good character at all, right? It's not good character. But back to this here, right? We got tons of books, and two, it was said that, and it's not a shot to this brother neither. It just threw me off guard too. Like, don't trust them niggas. and fuck them niggas. And then it was somebody else that said, because I got the notes, but I'm not going to even say them brothers' name. I would like to talk to the brothers, but they also said we produce books every 6 weeks, so they know it was going to be some shit. We don't produce books every 6 weeks. We have a publishing company where we sell our own books, and the books that we had on Amazon, all our books on numerous of platforms, Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Target, Ingram, it's in the UK and other places. It's in Walmart. Some of our books are in Walmart. You can Google Walmart. They're in there, and because we're on a global network, right? So a lot of our places and in certain places, right? But this book was before the publishing company. But even with those books at the publishing companies, we have made mistakes, and we never said that. And if you never heard me say it, and I'm asking the team to not puff our chests out about certain things of our material when we're still in the learning process. But back to the spirits of the Mossi, because this was the book that was put up right here. You know what I'm saying? A good piece of work. And we sold a lot of these books, man. Like we sold, you know, we sold about 500 some copies. That might not be a lot to people, but we sold 500 copies. I got the receipts. If y'all don't believe, we sold 500 copies just of this book. It's no cap, like the young folks would say. And a lot of people that read this book, it's material. There was no critiquing of this book. I guarantee if Reggie read this book, because he didn't read the book, and I don't know how he got the PDF, because I was under the assumption he bought the book. He bought it and supported. And that's the thing too with these people in the community. They want you to support them, but they don't want to support nobody. It's a lot of people I can put on blast that's always wanting somebody to support them, but don't want to support nobody else, man. And then they be talking about Africa, this and that, and the third, and blase, this and that. But you don't represent Africa, you know what I'm saying? And the qualities of these different ethnic groups that y'all are clinching to. The culture, y'all not ready. So I don't take a lot of y'all folks seriously, right? But with this book, it was said that it was no page numbers. There's page numbers in the book. I can pull the PDF. The only thing, and it does not disqualify us, and I'm gonna show you another book with it in there. If everybody bought the books, they'll understand. No page numbers. No page numbers. It's page numbers in the book. The only thing that is the page number is not in the table of contents. But he played it like we had no, and it was crazy when he was sliding. You could see the page numbers. There was just no page numbers in the table of contents. And I even talked to the professor today, that's my business partner now, that's going to help me, whose books are all over the world, who deal with multiple publishing companies, big publishing companies, spend thousands of dollars with, had contracts with, who gave her advances for her books, right? Who's qualified, she's qualified. So I have somebody on the team now who's qualified, because we like to throw the word qualified and credentials. So we have somebody who's going to help, that I got stepping in, who's already we've been talking to, that's stepping in, who's qualified, who's going to help us, right? But back to this. So, and even she said that and I'm like, I went and pulled out some of my favorite scholars, and some of them, their books don't have the table of contents with the pages, and some of them do. But that don't mean throw it away because ain't no page numbers in the table of contents, but there's pages in the book. He made it like there was no pages in the book, but there's pages in the book. It's just no pages in the table of contents. The table of contents does not disqualify this work because there's no pages in the table of contents, but there are page numbers in the book. Page number 1, 2, each chapter, it just does not have the page numbers by the Wilson name. But hold on, because I'm gonna get back into that. Now, let's look at this. Let's look at volume 2, right? Volume 2, From Spears to Pens, by Kofi Piesie research team. Now we go into the book, right? Now you see table of contents with the numbers on them, right? In the beginning of us, we learning. Everybody that said they was going to help us turned their backs on us, so we did it by ourselves. So that we did everything in trial and error. We knew there was going to be mistakes, but then we knew later on we would, and every publication we getting better and better and better. And then me seeking and spending money and investing into a publishing company, an establishing publishing company, pen publishing company, and taking classes and mentorships and learning the business, because he talked about colleges and he talks about, so I was talking about, we was trying to get this book into a college, right? Our institution. We can't, certain things, okay, with the table of contents, we can't get it in, and other things we can't. I didn't know that, but I was trying, didn't know that. So over time, me taking classes like this here, this ISBN number. I don't own that ISBN number right there. That's Amazon, because I publish it off of Amazon. So I don't own it. Even other people that would want this book wouldn't take me serious because the ISBN. So we published a few books outside of the publishing company, and then the rest of the books that we published in 2021, they have ISBN numbers that are attached to my business. If you look up the ISBN number, Same Tree, Different Branch Publishing will come up. We own those things where we able to get position ourselves in other certain platforms or in other marketplaces that we can't even get into, because now we own our own ISBN numbers, and then we're trying to do things correctly. Did we make some mistakes after we started the publishing company? Yeah, we did. But we still a work in progress. That's why I am the lowest paid publishing company out right now. Did we publish any other books besides our books? Yeah, we did. Last year we did. Yeah, we did. And we're gonna have some people on pretty soon. Yeah, we are. To talk about the service that we provided and they were satisfied with, right? We gonna talk about that. We're going to talk about that. But I never confessed that Same Tree, Different Branch Publishing was the shit in it. I never confessed I was a master teacher. I was a master scholar. I never professed that I make no mistakes. I make mistakes. And even with Reggie putting the book up, I ain't have a problem with that. Critique the information. And if he read the book, I guarantee you he'll like the information in the book. The book was well cited. Right, he talked about the sources and the pictures, right? Let me count how many source pages in the back of the book, right? Let me count how many source pages back here, right? Here's the bibliography right here in the back of the book. I'm on the wrong camera. Bibliography right here in the back of the book. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, okay, 15. We got 15 pages of sources. 15 pages of sources. And you go and look at the information, you will tell when we're speaking, and you'll tell when we're citing someone else and we're doing the proper citations. So if you go look in the book and you got any of our books, you'll see the proper citations. The proper citation. That was something I also learned taking the business class, taking the classes from it. So this book, this is even before I even took the class, but this book was just a trial and error. People who said was gonna, but it did good. And I'm proud of this book. People can't say they sold 500 copies of the book. We did. We proud of this work. We stand on this. We made some mistakes. We understand. So if you want to crucify us because we don't have the table of contents, that's cool. But it had page numbers. He specifically specified it had no pages. He couldn't even see where it was going. It's page numbers in here, just was not the table of contents. But this was the first piece of work. Then I showed you the second one. We have it. But he had it. And then if you're going to, like I'm saying, and when you put things out in the public, you put it out to be scrutinized, right? So we understand that. I understand that. I take all challenges of everything. You can go to my website with my articles, where you can see my transition from writing articles to the first book and transition to all the other books that we're doing, and we're just going to continue to get better. And people have said, even the professor that's my business partner now, that we have a professional, someone with credentials, right? Because this community always talk about credentials. We have somebody. She gave me some critique. I didn't get mad. You only get better with critique. But some of us think because we sat at the feet of certain people that we shouldn't be critiqued. I'm saying you shouldn't be respected. So Reggie, if you was respected or disrespected, I apologize. I didn't do the disrespect. Maybe Sean can come back and apologize if you took it, which you did, took it a certain way, and then you took it upon yourself to not only attack him, but you tried to kill me in the process. Someone who has that I say I really had nothing to do with it, but I take accountability because there were some things that I could have did that it could have stopped it. I should have been more present. I should have been more looking. But this ain't fun no more. Everybody want to beef with everybody. Everybody want to be the top dundada. Everybody wants to be on top. Nobody wants to be corrected. Everybody want a lit boy, everybody. Everybody want to be the big brother and make you the little brother. Everybody want a little son you. We done got to, and then everybody's agenda, not all, but some people are agenda is not what their agenda, what they say their agenda are. It's for the paper. It's for, they don't give a damn about you. It's what they can get out of you. So they understand what they can do to get what they can get out of you. So they format things a certain way in order to get what they need to get out of you. Right? But then you get an honest guy that try to be honest, that try to be accurate with his information, that try to show the right example, try to talk about good character, you know what I'm saying? Try to be a stand-up man for because not only the people in the chat, but you got people that come back and look, and I got a 13-year-old son that's interested in this stuff, man. He go on and be looking, man, and I don't want him to see me a part of none of this BS. That's why I said I just want to fall back. You know, fall back. Everybody's saying, don't stop doing what I'm doing, what I'm building, right? Because the business that we have, the apparel company and the publishing company is attached to this world, this space that we call the online community, but I'm separating it from it. So in the next 6 months, I'm telling you, the logo is going to stay almost the same. Our colors is a Pan-African color. Those colors are changing. The company colors are changing. Our marketing strategy is strategized toward a particular set group. If you understand marketing and strategy, when you have a company, you know what I'm talking about. So I understand those types of things. So you have to have a plan and action of who you're marketing and who you're strategy when you're providing providing products to the people, right? So the main agenda was the people that was coming on the streams and rocking out with us when we was doing the presentations a lot. And, you know, when we transitioned, you know, from doing that to the interviews and doing the author's perspective, even with the author's perspective, you will hear me say on author's perspective, I'm not a professional. I'm working on it. So the whole purpose was when I did the author's perspective, you can go look at those shows. I interviewed tons of authors. We talked about the process because I told them I'm learning too. So I want them to walk through the process. Don't talk, we can talk about the book, but let's walk through the process. Let's walk through how you construct the manuscript, how you tear it apart, how you edit the book, how you put the book back together, how you come up with the ideals for the book, what inspired you to write the book, what was the method behind writing the book, did you type it, did you freehand it, did you get a ghostwriter, did you do such and such? Because I'm trying to learn, because everybody process is different. So I'm trying to soak up game so I can get better. So I never confess to be the best or the de la creme. And anybody that want to critique the books that we got, critique them. I don't care. It could only make me better. Unc critiqued my book on the front. It didn't hurt. It didn't really hurt my feelings. I took that in and say, man, I take that critique. I only did that for the people because they were saying that a lot of times when we read books, which is right, I wear glasses too. So a lot of times with a certain font, like even we talked about the fonts, understanding the different fonts. What's the proper font when you're publishing a book? So we learning all these types of things. So that's why we did the author perspective, why I had these people on, right? And never one time confessed to be the best at what I did. I'm learning. And even when I do presentations, again, I give the disclaimer and tell them I'm not a teacher. I'm merely a student sharing information. And if the information in doubt, do your own research and have it verified by someone who is qualified. I'm letting you know that I'm not an expert. I'm only a person interested in a certain subject matter, so I devote my time. I devote my money into buying books and reading books and then coming back on here and sharing. A lot of times people think this is easy. They see a lot of us go on and we can pull up and do a presentation and pull up PDF books and pull out books and cite books and regurgitate information and stuff. And it looks easy, but it's time consuming. And a lot of times we don't get the support for the amount of time that we put in. For the record, it was stated on the show that we put books together every 6 weeks. That is a lie. It takes time to write books. And he said that, and it is correct, brother. It's correct. It takes time. When we wrote the first book, it took some time, but it was a collective effort. When we're talking about when you're writing a book and you're co-authoring a book, it don't have to take a year or 2 years to write a book. And then if you've been on longer than me, you go back and Google me. A lot of you can't even Google your name, nothing popping up. So if you go back and follow me doing presentations, me transition from presentations to doing articles, me transition from articles to doing books, right? You can see the growth within those different stages, me doing the work. So over time, I'm getting better. I'm getting better at what I'm doing. But when I wrote the beautiful lessons about Kimoyo, you know how long I prepared to write that book? 5 years to write beautiful lessons about, was it called Beautiful Lessons About Kimoyo? No, it was not. And it's easy for us to do it if you've been doing this for years and you got presentations. A lot of this stuff I took from presentations, put it in the writing format. I added more information to it. It made it easy. It made the process easy because I've been doing this for years and I did it on a subject matter that I am familiar with. So if you're familiar with a subject matter, it ain't got to take you a year or 2 or 3 years to write a book. And if you're co-authoring a book with multiple people, it doesn't have to take a year or 2 years to write a book. And the people that I co-authored some of the books with, they've been doing this almost as long as I have. So it's nothing to go pull information from an article that you wrote. It's nothing to go pull information from a presentation that you've done 3 or 4 years. You might have to update a few information, add some things because you're constantly reading. So it doesn't take that long for it, right? So again, Reggie, critique the book. Look in the book. You got some issues with the book. Address your issues with the information in the book. You're right. You know, you went into Sean's chapter and you did some things. Well, I'm not gonna get into that. Like I'm saying, I'm gonna keep it respectful. I'm gonna keep it respectful because I'm gonna keep it respectful. But read the book, critique the book. If you want some books, brother, I'll send you some books. You can critique the books. I won't be mad. You can come on. You can critique the books. You can do it on Pseudo Killers. You can come on here and do it. You can do it wherever you choose to do it at, as long as you do it respectful. And I learned something from it, brother. I'm all for it. So if you need some books, bro, I'll send you some books. You can go through the books, but you might not want to do that. You know, you might not want to do that. But if you are an elder, if you are an elder and not an older, you would advise the young. I'm younger than you. All I wanted to do was seek counseling and advice from you. That's why I put up my article from Kofi Piesie Written Compositions, where I talk about what is an elder according to an African tradition and give you these criteria and these qualities of what an elder is supposed to be and how an elder is supposed to conduct himself, how an elder is supposed to represent the youth, right? That's it. I wanted to share how I actually admired you, brother. How I needed some counseling from a person that I thought was an elder. But we got to stop throwing around the word elder. He might say this disrespectful. I'm just going off the actions. And you may be deemed an elder towards somebody else, because I understand everybody experience, hold on. Everybody experience with other people are different, right? Their experiences are different, right? So you may be mentoring some young folks that I don't even know about. I don't know. You may, but I done heard some things. I ain't gonna say, but maybe you are. Maybe you giving some counseling and some advice to people. Maybe you are setting examples in your own community. You just probably not doing it on Facebook. You probably not just doing it on Facebook, right? But I'm 100, y'all. Wherever I'm at, I'm 100. I'm the same person here, and I'm the same person outside. I'm the same humble person. I'm the same respectful person. I respect people. I give respect, and all I'm asking for is respect. And sometimes I give respect to people that don't even need my respect, right? But I give people their respect, right? And all I'm asking, man, is for a little respect. Now, he talked about the police. He talked about the police, and he talked about the federal court. He talked about suing me for something that Sean did, right? So a lot of times I don't play when it comes to the police. And that was something that really hurt me about this dude. And I could have went in, but I said, I'm not going to go in. I'm going to respect him. I'm going to show somebody how, if you address somebody, how you address them. You address them with respect. You still, even when they don't give you the respect and they hadn't earned your respect, I'm still going to give that dude his respect, right? Because at the end of the day, whether he know it or not, some of the things that he actually said when he was doing them bills has actually affected my life. So I can't erase what he did in my life, the impact that he had, that he didn't know if he would have just listened to what I had to say without having those slick subliminal shots and all this little nigga shit on the radio. He could have heard this young brother seeking for his advice, his counsel, his guidance, and telling him how much of an impact he had on his life. Right? But then even after that, I took more offense when he said he talked about the police and then taking me to federal court and suing me. Everybody knows that I take care of my family. I have small businesses. I have a full-time job. I do real estate. I have some homes that I rent out. They're not the lavish of things, but I own them. I have the deeds to them. I own the land. I own the houses. They not the lavish things. I'll be honest. They not the lavish, but they are mine. I own them. I rent them out. I provide a service for people who need housing, right? I have the publishing company. I provide a service for people who are trying to write books. I do designs for people who want artwork done. I do business logos. I do websites. I do business cards. I do small marketing videos. I do a lot of stuff within my publishing company, right? I do merch. I do the apparel company. Like I said again, please go out and get your, don't fall out with your friends over misinformation, man. Let me show that one more time, man. I got to just keep showing that I got to benefit some type of way. Hold on. Am I on the right thing? Oh man, hold on, y'all. I'm finna end the whole thing. But again, man, go get your shirts. Never fall out with your friends over misinformation. Never fall out with your friends over information. Also, love changes with the seasons. It will be available tomorrow on Inamboka Family Connect apparel. I got to make something out of the situation, man. I got to make something out of the situation. So I said, man, I'm going to put on my jewelry today. I'm going to put on my jewelry. I'm going to represent Africa. I'm going to represent my name, Kofi. It was suggested that I change my name, but my ancestry goes back to Ghanaian. I'm a high percentage of Ghanaian. My mother's family migrated from East Africa into Ghana. I have family who's a part of the Gullah Geechee, and a lot of the Gullah Geechee's name are Kofi, so I'm not going to change my name at all. So I said, let me get a piece to represent my name and represent what I love, and that's Africa. So I said, I'm going to get a little fly today. I'm going to put on my little jewels. I'm going to be shined up. I'm going to put on my little shirt. I'm going to promote my shirt. Right? I'm going to promote my little companies or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because the brother tried to kill my company, you know what I'm saying? Try to destroy me. And going back to what I was saying with what he was saying with the police, right? The police and suing me, right? Suing me sicking the police on me and suing me over something that Sean did that I don't have nothing to do with. I wasn't on the show, none of the shows. Hadn't looked at none of the shows. Don't know what was said on none of the shows, right? Only a few people just gave me a few pieces of it. This was after the show on Friday, right? But I take care of a lot of people. Right? So it ain't just my family. I take care of my immediate family and people outside of my family that depend on me. So I got to have these hustles. And then and I'm not and some days I do good on all of them. Some days I don't, man. Some days I do really good and I bless people with things that I do. And stuff that y'all get from me, I took the money from the books, created the publishing company created the apparel company. Now I'm doing the music thing where I got a partner from Louisiana where we finna get my building out here and we finna provide a service to stop these young boys from breaking in people's houses and killing each other and provide a free music service that they can learn about music theory. They can learn about making beats. They can learn about constructing beats. They can learn about a 16 bar, 8 for chorus, 6 for chorus, or and so forth. So I'm doing things. I'm doing something positive. I ain't trying to hurt nobody. I'm doing something positive, man, for the people. Because when I say I'm for the people, I'm for the people. And when I say I have integrity, because an elder also has integrity. That's one of the qualities of an elder is integrity. Not only guiding and giving counseling to the youth, but it's also integrity. That was distasteful what you did, Reggie. That wasn't integrity. That wasn't integrity. You tried to kill me. Even though I know it's not going to happen, but you talking about taking me to federal court and suing me for everything that I got. So now you attacking, now you got my family involved. Because if you did do something like that and it happened, what's going to happen to my family when I say I take care of a lot of people? What's going to happen to them? What's going to happen to my family, Reggie? Are you going to support them? Are you going to take care of some of the people I take care of? Are you going to help them once you take what you want, once you take what I worked hard for, once you take it, are you going to take and then help my family with what you took from me, man? I just want to know, man. I don't know I don't know, brother, where this coming from. I never sicked Sean on you. I ain't even thinking about you, Reggie. I'm not thinking about you, brother. I'm not. And I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm not going to call you out of your name. I'm not going to put your personal business that I done found out. I'm not going to put your personal business out there. I'm not going to do that because that's not me. I have integrity. And I stand on good character. I stand on Iwa Riri. I stand on good character. I mean, Iwa Pele, which is gentle character. I stand on a gentle character, and so forth. Good character. I stand on that. People know that's what I stand on. One person in this community, they knows Kofi don't get in no bullshit. I see so many people on my timeline with so much stuff that I disagree with. But I don't poke my chest out because I feel like I know more than them and then go live and then try to little son them because I think I know more than them. And then when I see people that is doing something, I don't get jealous of them because I ain't doing it, right? I don't get jealous. Like if it's something, Reggie, that you feel like we need to do better, all this could have been corrected a whole year and a half ago, brother, when I seek counsel for my so-called elder. All of this, you can't complain about something when somebody reaches out to you when you deny them, when you treat them like shit. I don't get that. I don't get that. And when you say Africa, and when I think of people with Africa, I think of Reggie. Like Reggie, I learned a lot of shit about Africa from Reggie. Kemet in particular, especially when I was Kemet crazy. When we was doing the Seshuma Ani Meta Nature thing and we was translating and transliterating and translating the glyphs Every week we was doing a Divine Words Wednesday, and we were doing the Freestyle Fridays, and we were showing and bringing out the tools from Vegas and showing you how you can transliterate and translate it into the target language that we speak. It's called English, right? I was studying Reggie at that time. I was Egyptian. I got a whole wall with books with nothing with Egypt. And from 2014 to early 2016, I was Kemet crazy. Kemet. So one of the top persons at that time I was studying was Reggie. Sarasu said he at one time until he started doing the cartoon things. Shaka Utmost was like one of those ones. At the time, it was Brother Polite. We have to go back now. We're talking about 2015. We're talking about 2015, right? So you have to understand some of these faces, and me with being new. I only had been introduced late 2013. Started studying 14, got incensed in 2015, took Wu Jao's class, became one of the founding members of the Seshumani Meta Nature, created the channel, started doing Freestyle Friday, started doing Divine Words Wednesday, showing we sophisticated, telling you we don't need these racist Egyptologists to transliterate and translate the glyphs. We can show you how to do it, right? This was my first introduction, right? So I was studying studying those brothers at that time, right? And then some of them I fell out. Now I ain't say fell out with, but some of them, the information, because I wasn't well studied yet. I'm still not well studied. Again, I'm not a master scholar, y'all. I'm not a master teacher, y'all. I want to keep saying it. I make mistakes, y'all. I'm not none of these other people that gets on here and poke their chest out, and they say that they make you believe that they don't make no mistakes. They make you believe that you're not accurate with what you're doing. I mean, they're always accurate with what they're doing, right? They are they're de la crème, right? And then for Reggie, if he had a problem, even after the conversation that he did me wrong with, he could have said, hey, brother, but he hadn't bought none of the books, right? They ain't bought one book. But if he would have saw something, I would have sat back and I would listen. Because I'm the type of person, I don't care about being critiqued. I want to be the best person I could be, right? I want to be the best teacher I could be one day. I want to be the best scholar one day. I want to be the best qualified, because I was in school to be a professor. I got a degree, but I'm going to go back. Things happen. I got married. Other stuff transpired. I starting these businesses, but I'm going to go back so I can finish and get that PhD so I can be qualified also, right? So I can be qualified. And I want to be the best that I can be. So I don't mind my work being critiqued if it's being critiqued in the right way. And it's positive, because the person don't want to little son me, or the person not jealous of me, right? And a lot of times people in general get jealous of other people when they're doing things that they wish that they could do. And I'm not that person. If it's something that inspires me that another person is doing, and I feel like I can do it, I'm going to seek out that person. And once I seek out that person, I'm going to ask him, could you show me? And even willing to pay for information, because I know everything is not for free. And I know people time is valuable. So I will pay for people's time. Before I started the business and I went to pen publishing, I went to the CEO and I became a apprentice, and I took those classes, and that information that was given, that wasn't for free. I paid for that. This other sister that want to help me, that gave me some information, and she's a well-renowned author. I seek people that I know that can help me where I'm lacking at, or improve me, or make me better, because I want to be the better version. I had to pay for the information. When she talks, I don't mind. I don't mind to pay for your information. Right? And even if Reggie would have said, brother, I'll give you the game, but you got to pay for it. I pay for it. I wouldn't expect every time I get on the phone, I got to pay, but I wouldn't mind paying for if it was something that you can guide me with and you can help me with. But The point is, if it's something somebody else is doing that I wish I was doing, I wouldn't be envious of that person and jealous of that person and develop a hatred for that person. And then when something happens, see, and try to destroy that person. What I would do is I try to get some gain from that person, try to get some counseling from that person. Because if you can do it, I can do it. I just got to be pointed in the right direction. And going back to the spirits of the Mossi, the first volume, trial and error. Everything that we do is trial and error, but we get better and better and better and better. So when you get to volume 2, you see the table of contents with the numbers in them. You see it. We get better and better, right? And we're gonna continue to get better. And you can talk bad about the company. You can try to destroy the company, brother. And even through this confusion, it did stop my clientele a little bit. It did. I had 2 clients that was going to get books published. That's why I was mad at Unc and Sean, because I have personal relationships with them. I can get on the phone and call Unc at any time, Sean at any time. We talk. So, and that what they was going through affected me. So I didn't want to do shit. But the people before that happened, I had 2 people that picked sides when this shit happened. And they picked Unc's side. And they bagged out of doing business with me. All because of what was going on, right? And some of us have businesses. Unc has a business that can devastate his business with the confusion. So Sean got to stop. Sean got to stop also with our business. You have to understand, which I'm trying to do something. And right now I'm trying to do something where it's going to benefit us all. I was telling Unc, I'm working on something now it ain't going to benefit just the Mossi Warrior clan. It's not going to benefit just Kofi Piesie research team. It's going to benefit everybody. Everybody. But I know a lot of people ain't going to fool with it, because a lot of people egos get in the way and they don't want to be associated with certain people because they didn't have anything to do with it, but it's going to definitely benefit them, right? So I'm working on something. Reggie, I have a professional, someone who's qualified, who's a part of my publishing company now, Reggie, who's going to help me in certain areas where we're lacking in. That's why when you get a book published through us, we have the cheapest prices, but we do very well with what we do. We do very well, but we still improving. We're a work in progress. We never said we are Barnes and Nobles or none of these other big publishing companies, but we're doing something, and we're providing a service for the people, and we're inspiring people to be writers. Because not only we created a brand, we created an apparel company that's connected to the brand. Then we created a show connected to the brand. Author's perspective, where we can inspire people, and then we can learn from the authors that we interview when we walk through their process, so we can get better at what we're doing, right? So I'm not a master writer, but I'm pretty good. You talk about West Africa, you have a conversation with me one day, brother. We can talk about West Africa and you can see how good I am. And I'll send you the books, you can look at the books, you can critique the books, you can look at the books and say, okay, well, yeah, he cited this right. Oh, I can tell this is Kofi. This is Kofi. If you want my beautiful lessons about Kimoyo, I'll send you that. My children's book, Kalawa's Trip to the Motherland, I'll send you that. If you want every volume from the Spirits of the Mossi, from Spirits to Pens, Spiritual Combat, Spirit Masters. And from Spirit Masters, we create an institution for the kids. We got coloring books. So if your niece, your uncle, I'll send you a coloring book. It's an educational coloring book. A comprehension book. We provide services for not only adults, but now we got an institution, Spirit Masters Institution, for the kids. We are doing something positive. We're staying out of the way of the negativity, and we're trying to produce things and give it to the people. So we can inspire the people, uplift the people, right? But I noticed something. We got to stop thinking we're going to change the minds of these grown people. So you're going to start seeing me transition more into the Spear Masters Institution more, where you're going to start seeing more coloring books and more Spear Masters Institution comprehension books. We gave people who didn't know how to write, showed them, told them, and we put them in a publication. So now if you Google their name, they inside a publication. We gave them a chance. We ain't cocky. This is for us, blah, blah. We got our chest poked out. F everybody, we for the people. I know I am. And I'm going to continue being for the people. I'm going to continue being a stand-up guy when people slander my name, assassinate my name, when people try to destroy my livelihood, try to kill me and kill my family, because that's what you tried to do, Reggie. When you said you're going to get the police involved and you get the feds involved, well, you're going to sue me for everything that I got. When I'm telling you, if you don't know, man, I'm married. I got kids. I got some more kids. I got a mom who's in and out of going to treatment. I got other people who depend on me for various reasons, man. So I got a lot of people. So if you take what I got, Reggie, you're going to kill me and you're going to kill my family, man. And I wouldn't dare mention a word of the police, the feds, court to anybody. The only time I will call the police if my life is threatened and I call the police and tell them to come pick up the dead body. That's the only time I will call the police if my life or my family's life in danger. But I'm going to try to protect them in the process as I call. And I'll lay anybody down for my family, Reggie. I'll lay them down, right? And that's what that was what my whole headspace was at yesterday and Friday night, where my headspace was at, man. I got to protect my family. So when I protect my family, I'll kill somebody over my family. I'll do whatever I got to do for my family, because this man is trying to kill me and don't even know me. He's trying to get the police involved. You don't know if I got a record. You don't know if I did prison time. You don't know if I got a warrant. You don't know if somebody else is looking. You don't know. Even though I don't have no warrants, I'm an upstanding citizen. I do have a record, but my record is sponge. If people want to go on and you can look at the other stuff that I might have did before I actually did some time. Yeah, I did some time. Didn't do a lot of time, but I did some time. Then I got my record sponge where people can't see it. That's why I have the job that I have now. Yeah, Sister Tika, this was, I'm for people that may not know my age, I'm 40, I'm finna be 45 in July. I'm 44, 2 months, I'll be 45. And when I was a young man, I come from a family that had it. My grandmother, that I don't talk about a lot, but people that know around me know that my grandmother raised me. I was close to my grandmother. My grandmother that passed a couple of months ago. And that's why, I can't, whatever we go through as a family, I can fix it. Like, I thought I was being betrayed by my brother Friday, but it wasn't the case. And sometimes you have to have a conversation with people, because you may assume something, and what you assume may not even be what you assume, right? And going back to that, that's why I created the brand now, Never Fall Out. I got to make some money off this, y'all. I got to make some money off the Never Fall Out with your friends over misinformation. Everything is available on Mboka Family Connect Apparel. Love changes with the season. People love you 1 minute and people hate you the next. People love changes with the season, y'all. That's going to be up on Mboka Family Connect Apparel also tomorrow too, man. Got to make a few dollars off of it. If it ain't but a few dollars, man, I got to capitalize off of it, man. Got to make a few dollars. But I just, so it can be fixable. Like going back to my grandmother. Call me when my grandmother died. Call me. Sean called me, informed the whole family, the whole Mossi, whole Kofi Piesie research team, and the surrounding families, you know what I'm saying, that we fool with, right? My son, he's 14. 2 years ago, he was 12. He watched his grandmother die in a car crash. He was in a car crash. My son was broke up real bad. About to lose my mind. Who kept me comfort? Unc West, Sean West. Sean. They call me every day. I can't forget that. That's what family does. And even if you thought you was going to turn Unc or anybody else or give me, or even if anybody think you're not going to turn me. Even if I dislike what they do, even if they attack me one day, I'm just going to do what I'm doing. I'm going to fall back like I've been doing. I'm going to let them know. And then if it's fixable, it's fixable. If it ain't, I'm just going to fall back. But I ain't going to disrespect them because I remember even going back to my wife. I caught COVID, didn't tell nobody. Gave COVID to my wife. My wife, my shit was serious, but my wife's, she couldn't smell and she couldn't taste, right? She was positive. 2 weeks, boom, boom, she took the test, she was negative. So if you study COVID, you understand like the long haul effects of COVID. So, and you study those different things that happen once you get them. Certain people start getting diabetes, and certain people still have a long thing where they can't smell, or they can't taste their foods, people having migraine headaches, people developing all these different types of stuff that they didn't have. So my wife afterwards had long haul COVID, headaches. She couldn't breathe, had to order a breathing machine, was scaring me. I shared it with Sean. I shared it with Unc. I did a show. I've been doing this for since 2015. And I just showed my wife last year. People knew what my wife looked like because I post all the time. Where I post my wife. I got a beautiful wife. I got to post my beautiful wife. But anyway, I did a show and I said, if I do this show, I could probably save my wife's life. I can show her and run down all this information to her and point her in the right direction. But she ain't gonna listen to me. But she might listen to some other people in the chat, listen to some people when I was taking the phone calls. So before Sean got on the phone call and answered a lot of her questions, because she had questions, because she was anti being vaccinated. But I was scared my wife was gonna die. Unc picked up the phone. Unc called me. Man, put me on the phone with your wife. Unc didn't know my wife. And by the way, my wife is fond of Unc. My wife met Unc in Atlanta, but she been on the phone with Unc. She hear me when I'm sitting down and I'm talking to Unc. I'm talking to Unc, but tell Unc, if she hear, tell Unc I said, hey, a lot of the people I associate and that's bad. If you associate with folks and your family don't even know who you associate with, that's bad. But my family know who I associate with. So Unc picked up the phone, said, let me talk to your wife. Before you go live and you do this thing, let me talk to your wife. So he got on the phone and talked to my wife for a whole hour, didn't know her for a whole hour. Then I did the show and was scared to present my wife online to the people, but it was a must that I do it because this might save my wife's life because I'm vaccinated and my wife's not vaccinated and she has long haul and she's on a machine and she can't breathe. And it's scaring me to death, man. Then Sean get on the call and on the doing the show and he answer all the questions. So between those two and those conversations, they saved my wife's life. So I can't forget that. I can't forget that. Even if I fall out with Sean, I'll never disrespect Sean because a lot of stuff that he did for me, other people ain't even did for me that I see every day. People that's a part of that's supposed to be my family didn't even do some of the things that and Sean did. So that's why it messed me up when they started bumping heads and I tried to rectify the situation, but it didn't happen and it played out online ugly, right? And then a person gets involved with it and bring my name up and really don't know the truth, thinking that maybe Reggie thought Unc was against me too, then fool with me too, because he wasn't seeing eye to eye with Sean. So, or maybe he said that and was going to want to split me and get him on his side and move Sean. Even if that was the case, I still was going to be, I would have been mad at Unc, but I wouldn't have came on here and said anything negative about that brother at all, man, at all. And I said I wasn't going to be on here long. It's been an hour and 45 minutes. I said I wasn't going to do it. If I would have played the video, I wanted to play the video and walk y'all through so y'all can hear exactly what Reggie was actually saying about me. And I have every right to be mad and I have every right to disrespect him, but I didn't disrespect him. I took the high road and not the low road. I didn't give that same energy that he gave me back. I gave him the utmost respect, even though he's not resembling himself as to be an elder, because an elder has to have certain types of qualities. He have to convey some type of conduct, some type of proper I can't even say the word. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still being respectful after the brother tried to kill me. The brother lied on me. The brother tried to assassinate my character. The brother tried to kill me. And people say, why you keep saying? If someone is trying to take everything that you got, right? And you have a lot of people who depend on you because of the things that you do, right? And this person comes and takes something or try to take something from you, and it's not just. And so I feel like he's trying to kill me. He's trying to literally take the stuff that I worked hard for years, take it, and then starve my family to death and starve me to death because he ain't gonna take care of them. He ain't gonna take care of them. Now, I ain't gonna even deal with the plagiarized thing because I have to touch on some stuff that we actually did too when we talk about plagiarized, and I want to keep it respectful because if I don't, we'll have to get into something of his and we can actually pull some things up and then we can actually get into the different formats and get into the different formats, why certain formats flag certain things, you know what I'm saying? And so forth, right? And then even with the plagiarized, you reason, hey, is that thunder? Even with the plagiarized thing, right? How can something be plagiarized if it's been cited, if it's been properly cited? Anybody that has our book that's in the chat right now, go to any of our books, whatever book that you have right now of ours right now, go to the book and see if the book is heavily cited. And then go to the back of the book and see if it's heavily sourced, pictures, source material, books that we leave or whatever we cited, right? Just with one book, I told you we had 15 sources. He talked about sources. We have that. So, so he talked about a lot of stuff. But like I said, if he dealt with actually information in the book, he will actually agree with it. The first book that we did was called Spirits of the Mossi. It was our first volume. It was something that we did on our own because people who said it was going to help us. So we did. So we also said it was going to be trial and error. Even with things that we did afterwards, it's still trial and error because we're still learning. We're still young writers. No one confessing to be a master writer. I know I'm not. So, and I'm saying anybody that's willing to help me develop a better, which I'm pretty good with writing, but I also, if anybody willing to enhance me with writing and make me better, please, you can contact me. I have no problems with taking help from you. People who are better with me with methodology. I'm pretty good with methodology, right? I pride myself on methodology so I can try to come up with the accurate as possible, but I could be wrong. That's why I give a disclaimer out there. I am not a teacher, but merely a student sharing information. And if you are in doubt, do the research and have it verified by someone who's qualified, right? I give that disclaimer and I say other things as well within the disclaimer. So off the rip, I let you know that I'm not a master teacher. I'm not a master scholar. I'm not an expert. I'm not qualified, even though I'm going back to school. I have a degree. And I'm going back because to get my PhD. I have maybe 3.5, 4 more years to go. Just getting a little more things out the way. Stuff happens over the years. When I first joined the Seshumani Meta, or we formed the Seshumani Meta Nature, I was in school. Everybody that's a member of the Seshumani Meta Nature, I see a Sar MK. He can also validate because he was in those bills. I was in school. Afterwards, I was in school and I started my own channel. Over times, I met my wife. I moved. Stuff happened. I moved. Me and my son's mother weren't together no more. I moved back to my hometown. I had a crush on a girl I went to high school with. I got in them. I DM'd her. We met up. We got later on, a couple of years later, we got married. You know what I'm saying? She got kids, I got kids. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm gonna dedicate myself to my family and do whatever I gotta do for my family. I'm still gonna dedicate myself to the studies and provide a service for the people. And that is sharing information. That's why I created the phrase, as I learn, we all learn, which you also can get the hats, the shirts, the pants, the shorts. As I learn, we all learn apparel on an Invoca Family Connect apparel company as well. Man, it's thundering out there, man. So I was in school trying to get qualified. And I was in school for the things that I love to do. And when I'm in a few years, you'll see Kofi has a PhD behind his name. So I can, but I'm still not gonna little son anybody. I'm still, because I'm qualified. I'm qualified. I'm still not going to puff my chest out and think I'm bigger than anybody else. I'm still not going to turn my back on anybody else that's seeking my help. I'm not going to turn my back. And one day I'm a middle-aged man, and one day I'm going to be an elder, because I know I'm meeting those qualifications to be an elder according to an African worldview and from an African perspective. I know I'm on the road to be an elder and not an older. And I'm going to do exactly what an elder is supposed to do. And that is give guidance, give counseling, teach the youth, motivate the youth, inspire the youth. And I'm going to do it all with integrity, because that also comes in line with being an elder, and eldership is integrity. And what the brother did to me was not integrity. What the brother did was not elderly like, because he's older than me, right? And he's been doing this longer time than me, right? So until he meets those standards, those qualifications, Reggie is just an older to me. He's an older. He's not an elder. So we have to distinguish an elder from an older. And if you want to go more in depth, just read my article, What is an Elder? And what, let me see. Let me pull it back up. Share my screen. Okay. And this was done a few years ago. This was done 3 years ago. It says, what is an elder and what is the role of an elder? And again, I wrote this 3 years ago, and a lot of people read this article, gave me some good feedback with this article, right? And I go through this article and I talk about certain things and the role of an elder. What is the elder? What is the qualifications of the elders? How the rites of passages is connected to the eldership, and eldership is connected to the ancestors, and how one can be revered, one cannot be revered if he hadn't been an elder, so he cannot be an ancestor. Right. So I talk about all those different things. I talk about how he's supposed to teach the youth. Right. He's supposed to teach the youth. They teach the youth. Here's one right here. They teach the youth on their responsibilities and the general customs in the community. They negotiate peace within others. They said it's negotiate peace. That wasn't peace what Reggie was doing the other day. That didn't look like peace to me. But I'm offering peace, brother. I have nothing against you. You said 4 brothers attacked you and my name was in it. I wasn't on the show. If you've seen Kofi Piesie TV down there that made a comment, they log into the StreamYard with my email address. So when they comment, it's going to comment with my email address with my photo by it. But it wasn't me if that was the case, Brother Reggie. I did not attack you on the video. I hadn't seen the video. I don't really know what was said in the video about you, Brother Reggie. So I never attacked you. I never attacked you when I talked about how people treated me when I wanted to get in certain circles with these people, and I worked my ass off to get in a circle with these people. And these people, some of these people weren't even who I thought they were. And I explained why I was let down by some of the people, and you were one of them, but I did not disrespect you. I didn't do it distastefully. I didn't tell nobody not to fool with you. I did not tell your personal business. I did not try to destroy you. I did not say anything negative in any type of way about you. Never. And still within that, I bigged you up on that video. Still bigged you up on the video. Never went live a year and a half or 2 years ago when you shitted on me on the phone call. I didn't get in my feelings. I was mad, but I didn't get on my feelings and go to Facebook and slander you and talk about you and talk about the conversation. I didn't do that, brother. When you was slick dissing and stuff over the phone, I let you get it off because I understand what may have transpired and I could be wrong. You were still mad at what went on probably with that, and I could be wrong. And I'm associated with Wujao and Sars, so I'm a part of the little nigga crew that you talked about. And then how you tried to downplay what we was doing, right? But I still let you get it off, and I still gave you that respect. I didn't talk over you. I didn't interject. I didn't call you a name. I didn't curse at you. I let you get it off, and I gave you that respect. And the young boy that was seeking, or the young middle-aged man was seeking advice from someone who he thought was his elder, someone that he admired, someone that he loved. He was let down on that phone call, but he still did not disrespect that person because he said, still, that person gave me something. That's right, you gave me something. And a lot of times, if you around people and they can't bring any type of value to your life, run away from them. I try to stay away from people that don't mean me no good and bring no type of value to my life. And your information brings value to my life. I was tuned in when you was doing presentations, when you was talking on the streets, when you was inside Netta Studios, presenting information, when you was talking about West Africa, when you was sitting at some cafe or wherever you was, when you was pulling out these books that I never heard of. I was listening and soaking up the information. I was inspired, man. When I was heavily in the Kemet and studying the Sesh Meta and showing people that I can read the Sesh Meta, translate and transliterate it with my team. I was studying Reggie as well as Shaka Utmost and a few other people I was studying because they was bringing value to my life. They was inspiring me. They was motivating me, telling me I can do this. As well as the person who taught me Wujao was also inspiring me too. We even talked about Wujao. I even talked about how I feel about Wu after the years and certain things transpired. I let it all out. I got it all off of my chest, and I did it without disrespecting anybody, man. That ain't what I do, brother. I don't disrespect anybody. And me, I tried to be the most likable person on the online conscious community. I tried to set the right example. I talked about Iwa Pele. I talked about Iwa Riri. I talked about Ma'at. I talked about so many. I even gave you different terms of words that's dealing with truth and dealing with love and dealing with the information and so forth, and other African ethnic groups. And I tried to show and exemplify you could be positive and present information without ad hominems, without disrespecting. And no shots to anybody that do that, but I'm just saying that's not my thing. Everybody has their own lane. Everybody has their own personality. That's not my personality. My personality, and maybe because my personality used to be like that. Now I'm gonna share something else. I said I did some time, right? People don't know that I did some time. I did some time, right? I'm 45. I did some time. I was the first time I ever got in some serious trouble, I was 20 years old. I was 20 years old when I got in trouble. I was 21 when I did some time. I got indicted. I did some time, right? Didn't do that much time, but I did some time. 21. Got out. I was on parole for 3 years. Got my record expunged. So my file closed, right? And but in the process of me being young, I come from a family. My grandmother raised me. My grandmother got properties everywhere in Brookhaven. If you come to Brookhaven and you mention the Smiths family in Italy, they'll tell you, and my grandfather, I got to get this book. My family is in a book that has been published about entrepreneurs in Mississippi. So my grandmother and my grandfather owned a farm. So I was a farm boy. So I went out, I milked cows and fed the bulls. I fed the dogs. I fed the chickens, helped wring the necks of the chickens, pluck the feathers, skin off the damn off the deers. I picked peas, I shelled peas. So I did it all. So we had a farm. My grandmother still got her apartment complex that's surrounded around her house. She has apartment complex. She has multiple houses, multiple properties, and etc. So I come from a place where I grew up. I had it, but I got into the streets. And then people I hung around with and some of my family was gangbangers. So I joined the West Side Avenue Piru Blood Gang. This is a gang out of California that made it all the way to Mississippi. And you had different bloods. You had the Skyline Bloods, you had the 50s, you had the Pyrus, the West Side Avenue Piru Bloods, you had the Bounty Hunters who came from out of New Orleans into Mississippi. So you had a lot of different gangs. So I was a part of a set called the West Avenue Piru, and used to have them on my thing. And every time I got arrested, they would take pictures of these gang tattoos that I had over my body. I got one of them covered here. I got another one covered up on my arm and shit. I had something on my back that it's damn near gone. It's faded because the ink was good, but they used to take pictures of me because I was a part of a gang. I was a gang member and I participated in gang activity, right? So I was with the SHIT, the shits. So a lot of stuff that you see going on now with the gang banging, because there's a lot of gang banging going on. So I did that as a young boy. Gang bang. I sold drugs, got caught up selling drugs when I come from a family that had it. And then even when I left home, I had my own apartment, had my own car. I was in school and I ain't want for nothing because my family was looking out for me. Had a lit job, quit my job, but I wanted to get more involved in the streets. So take the street mentality, so I soak myself in the streets. And that's something about me. If I set my mind to something, I'm going to do it. So I set my mind to the streets. I set my mind to selling drugs. So I started selling drugs, got good at selling drugs, developed a hustle that nobody had because I'm different, and develop a hustle nobody had where I thought I couldn't get caught. And was careless one time. All it took for me being careless one time, and the undercovers got me dead in the wrong with the work. When I say the work, right? But I thought I was smart, slipped up one time. But anyway, I got out of that mind frame of always on ready to go, always ready to bang, always want to have the last word, always want to be the big dog, always want to earn my respect, and I'm going to do it by any means necessary. My mind is not into that no more. When they took my freedom and I came home, I said, I'll never get tricked again. So, and then I became a Mason. I got heavily in the church as I was a Mason, but the Masonry got me into reading stuff, got me into reading other materials. I left the church. I stayed a Mason, even though I was treated bad when I was a part of a Mason, been a Mason for years, was active for 13 years. Active for 13 years, had my own lodge, became a 32nd degree Mason, could have been a 33rd degree Mason, got invited to be a part of the Memphis Rite, which is connected to Egypt, to get all the way up to 90 some degrees, which I turned it down. So I started transitioning, started reading. I got hooked to Sarnetta's tea with Shaka. Then Shaka introduced me to Sarnetta. I got introduced to other people. Reggie was one of them. I was studying. I remember when Reggie was on there and Reggie was quiet. They was on whatever that street is in Harlem. They on the street talking. I remember Reggie just sitting back talking. I remember when he first spoke and started speaking, and I didn't even know this dude that I've been seeing hanging out. I said, dang, he speak funny. And then he started, you constantly used to start seeing him, and the dude started dropping nuggets here and there. And I'm like, dang. So I started paying attention to that dude. Even when people had their eyes on Shaka Utmost and Brother Polite, I'm like, man, nobody is paying attention to him. Listen to what we are 125th. Nobody is listening to what this brother is saying. He's on the sideline. People see his face, but he's been quiet. Now he's speaking on camera. He might have been speaking on the streets, but I never see it because I'm not from Harlem. I'm just saying what I seen on it when I got introduced. So I'm telling people need to pay attention to the Reggie. Pay attention to that brother right there. He's dropping nuggets. And then constantly you start to see him on Silent more. And then I start studying him. The more I got entrenched in studying Egypt. And got entrenched within the session meta nature because our main focus was on Egypt, the culture of Egypt, and transliterating and transliterating and translating the text. And so we would show every day our sufficiency, going back and forth with the Freestyle Fridays, and then the Freestyle Fridays where we didn't use no tools, and then on Divine Words Wednesdays, we would use the tools. We would show you how we train. We would go step by step on how we train, how you supposed to read the glyphs from left to right, wherever according to the directions of the glyphs are facing, and etc. And then we'll walk down to the next step and tell you. Then we got sufficient with the Freestyle Fridays by doing these texts. There a lot of the stuff we could do freestyle. We didn't have to use our tools because certain glyphs we already know what it is. And a lot of times we can go and then we translate. We try to give you an accurate translation within the target language that we speak, which is English. And a lot of stuff, and then we were showing you where Wallace E. Budge and Faulkner and some of these other people was getting things wrong, and P. Allen and all these other people was getting certain things wrong, and they was looking at it they wasn't looking at it through the lens of an African, they was looking at it through the lens from a European, right? So, so I was studying that brother. I was studying other brothers, man. But again, Brother Reggie, I don't have no problems with you, brother. You could come back on and do a show tonight, tomorrow, or whenever. I won't respond to you, especially if it's in a negative way. I won't respond to you. You can say whatever you want to say about me. I didn't disrespect you on this thing. The only thing that you probably could say that I said that you no longer an elder to me, right? And I'm stating that off of your actions, right? And I'm stating that off of the worldview from I can show you this, how an elder's supposed to act within the Gulu Wankulu traditions. I can show you this from the Ifa traditions. I can show you this from the Akumi system, how an elder's supposed to conduct themselves. I can show you this from my mind racing. There's so many ethnic groups that I have studied. And this is what I do. I study different cultures and ethnic groups and get their names right. All right. So I can show you this in different ethnic groups on how an elder is supposed to act. And all of them have their own different criteria, but most of them line up right. And a lot of it lines up with guidance. A lot of it lines up with teaching the youth. A lot of it lines up with integrity. A lot of it lines up with counsel. A lot of it lines up, but every ethnic group has a different variation with different qualities. It's just according to the geographical location, the people, the experiences that they had among those geographical locations, and et cetera, So, but again, I have no problem with Brother Reggie. I just wanted to come on here and clear my name up of the lies that was told on me. I did not sick Sean or any Heret Sean Cal Funny. I did not sick him on you. I did not sick him on you because I didn't like him. I did not call you to promote my book. I called you to give you your flowers, to invite you to the Warrior Scholars show, because I admired you and I feel like you wasn't scholar, and I wanted to let you know how much of an impact that you had on my life. So you had some type of value that I took and I applied that to my life, and it made me better. That's why I'll never confess to being a master teacher, a master scholar. I'm not. I want to be better than what I'm always, so I need help. So I'm going to always take advice from people. I'm going to always take critique from people because that's the only way that we able to get better. If people point out some of the things that we may need work on, not to come on here and destroy people or little son people or call the police on people or try to sue people or attack people that has nothing to do with your beef. Your beef was with Sean. Your beef really wasn't with me. But again, I'll say I'll take some accountability on some of the stuff that's happened. And I don't want to go into why I take accountability because there's some stuff that we was doing that we stopped doing and I stopped doing and some stuff that I stopped saying. And then I bagged away for a little while not doing stuff because I'm trying to set some other stuff up and this stuff done got corny to me. Like it done got corny. Everybody want to fight with each other. Everybody want to son somebody. Too many big egos. We'll never get to where we want to get because people don't want to work with people because they jealous of other people because they not doing what they doing or it's not their ideal. You should give them an ideal that can benefit us all. And I'm put this on the record. I'm working on something that's going to benefit everybody. I'm working on something. So when it comes through and I present it, how much you want to bet people shoot it down? It'll benefit us all, but how much you want to bet that people going to find something in it when I present it and go through it? Somebody going to find something wrong with it and give an excuse why it's not going to work or why they can't do it or why they not going to work with each other to try to help each other out, help the families out. You know what I'm saying? Help the family. When I'm saying the families, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that I fool with and I consider family, even people that don't like me, people that I don't like, I'm not going to be people, even Reggie. Reggie clearly showed that he didn't like me because he tried to kill me. But I still, if he called me, I still help Reggie. That's the type of dude I am, even though he tried to get the police, even though he lied on me, even though he assassinated my character, even though he tried to destroy my business and get people not to support my business, even though he said he was going to sue me, even though, I'm scared when people talk about the police, even though that's not going to happen, but you never know what'll happen. But I still with all that, I come on here, man, humble, with respect, not calling that brother out of his name and explaining to him I have no problem with him, but he's not my elder, showing you he's an elder, walking you through our transition. We started out writing articles. I showed you my website that wrote articles. We started with presentations. I didn't start in this YouTube world 2 years ago. If you go back and you look at 2015, you can see where I was introduced. I was a part of the group Seshuma Ani Medanech. You go to late 2016, early 2007, you see the conception of Kofi Piesie TV. You see me and Sean going back and forth, doing shows. He did shows, I did shows. We supported him. He did stuff on YouTube. I support him. Wherever you seen Sean, you seen me. Wherever you seen me, you seen Sean for the next 2 or 3 years. It's not like that. No, everybody life changes. Everybody head spaces in different places. Everybody job title change. Everybody position change. Dynamics change. So I understand it. So you won't see that dynamic that me and Sean had where we work because we can't be on the same shows all the time, right? Permits to work schedules, families, things going on with the family or whatever it may be. Then you see I get invited for the work that I did. I put in work. I went from Facebook to YouTube. I was consistent. A group seen me, Unc West, Benjamin Njai, and Nahisi, who's a part of the Amarad Squad and a founder of Kofi Piesie, a founder of Mossi Warrior Clan, seen something in a brother, seen something in me, and invited me to join the Mossi Warrior Clan. I joined the Mossi Warrior Clan and I said I wasn't going to let them brothers down. So you can go to the Mossi Warrior Clan and you can see from 2018, I kind of stopped for a reason later in last year because I wanted to make sure this channel grows as well too, because my focus was a lot on that channel, even though we had other members on here, but Everybody can't do a presentation all the time. Everybody can't go live like I go live or Sean was going live. I can't go live like Sean go live now. But you see the work. So if you go on there, you will see my work ethic. You will see information I presented, or we all presented to the community that wasn't even talked about West Africa, and how instead we went in and how we introduced African scholars, or we introduced subject matters that wasn't even talked about in subject because everybody was talking about Egypt. And then we introduced the correct names for these, what y'all call African spirituality or African religion. And then I talk about why I don't participate in what African religion, or what y'all call it African traditional religion or African spirituality. We don't own that shit. We don't have no agency over it. But anyway, man, let me get up off here, man. Again, I appreciate the people, man, who tuned in, who listened to, me rant or whatever y'all may call it, or me crying or whatever y'all call it. Let me read a couple of comments, man, and I'm gonna get up off here, man. But again, I ain't got no problem with bro Reggie. And I could. And he hasn't earned my respect, but I'm still gonna give him his respect because of the impact that he had on my life. But he's not an elder to me. So that's the only negative thing that he can say to me is he's not an elder. I say he's an older, right? And he's an older right now until he display and conduct himself like an elder supposed to be according to an African, but he may not want to do that. He may want to say, fuck, I don't know what his position is for his Africa. I know West Africa. I don't know his position. I don't know if he at one time, like I know he championed Egypt, and I know he talked about West Africa, and he has two, Dr. Issa, Dr. Issa, and the other brother that I know he's cool with. I know they kind of talk back and forth about West Africa, and matter of fact, through Reggie, or me listening to Reggie, and them talking, and I don't know if he brung Issa and the other brother to Sinetta's platform earlier on, but they talked about West Africa a little bit, and he talked about West Africa positive. So, so maybe, I don't know what his position is on West Africa, but I know when I thought of Africa, I thought of race a few people. When I think of Africa, I think I champion West Africa. I give you a lot of people think, have misconceptions about Africa. Oh yeah. Faraj, Dr. Faraj. Yeah. And Dr. Faraj. Yeah. I like those two brothers, as well. And I got a show, and I wanted to do the show today, but I got turned off, but I talked to him because I rock with Sheffrin too. I talked to Sheffrin today. Me and Sheffrin was supposed to do a show, and the show is called, and I'm hopefully from this show that me and Sheffrin do, it creates another show. It creates the civilized talk, a civilized conversation. The show is called Civilized Conversation with Kofi Piesie and Sheffrin L, or Sheffrin L and Kofi Piesie. Sheffrin name can be first or whatever. Again, I don't give a damn about who first or who the big dog or whatever. I don't care. That's not my personality or being worship or being the big dog or the big boy on the block or whatever. A lot of people want to be. I get at y'all can have that. So maybe, we talked, and we're going to go ahead and do the show next week. So maybe, and the whole show, the purpose of the show was today. It's supposed to happen at 3:00 today, but I had changed some. After that happened, I told him I didn't want to do it, but we had a conversation, but I had already made plans to do something else. So I had to leave today and wasn't able to do the show. But I wanted to show that even though two people may have two different positions, it doesn't mean that you can't be friends, or you can't have a civilized conversation, or you can't respect each other because you disagree. So I wanted to show that dynamic where you got a person from the Pseudo Killers, you got a person from Mossi Warrior Clan and Kofi Piesie research team and the Seshuma Ani Meta Nature. These two people are totally two different people, totally two different personalities, but they respect each other where they can come together and have a positive conversation and ask each other whatever they want to ask about each other and answer it in a civilized manner, honest as possible, where they both can get an understanding about each other, an understanding about their groups, or a misunderstanding about something, but doing it in a positive way and showing you that there's no beef between us at all, showing you unity and showing people who are being messy and trying to divide us and trying to make us switch a side or stay on one side, man. Again, some of them brothers, or some of them are my brothers. Some of them was a little bit out of line. It was two of them that was out of line that I'm confused with, but I wouldn't mind having a conversation with them to see what was going on with that, because one was turned up. I'm talking about turned up. He was for it, man. And another one said, don't trust us. We put out books every 6 weeks. That's not true. It take a year, 2, 3 years to write a book. And I just wanted to clear up, we've been here since 2015. And if you have lots of material, you can go and look at since 2015 to actually the first publication in 2020. We had tons of material. It doesn't take a long time if you co-authoring a book with someone. It doesn't take long. And by the way, with our books are surveys. So when you look in and you see different topics in the book, those are surveys. Every book has a spear in it. A spear. You got the spirits of the Mossi. You got From Spears to Pen, which is volume 2. You got Spiritual Comeback, which is volume 3. And you got Spear Masters, which is volume 4. And all of them has a subtitle called The Historical Survey. Historical survey in the mind. Oh, because that was another slick shot that he did when he said that it was so many different topics in the book. He was downplayed and doing a conversation, like I said, with the slick subliminal shots on the phone call. So he didn't give me a chance to explain why it was like that. Or did you look at the subtitle, sir? And it says A Historical Survey in the Minds of African Warrior Scholars, Volume 1. So those are surveys in the minds of each individual. And each individual has their own different skill set within the groups. The same thing within the Mossi Warrior clan. Everybody has a different skill set. So you don't see us jumping all over the places. And a lot of times with a lot of the conversations, I want to learn, because I'm not well studied or even read up a lot in different subject matters. So I'm just like some of the other people. I'm trying to learn. Unc said I'm Reverend Kofi. Captain. I know it, Unc, man. I've been on here damn near too long, bro. I've been on here too long, man. I've been on here too long. I said 40 minutes. I'm getting off. Yeah, man. But yeah, let me get up off here, man. But again, appreciate, man, everybody that tuned in and stayed the whole duration, who didn't stay the whole duration. Again, for people out there that don't know, I don't have a problem with Reggie at all. Right now, he got to earn his right. He may not give a damn about earning his right for me to call him an elder. But right now, he's an older, not an elder. He's conduct himself like an elder, supposed to conduct himself. But you will never hear me come on here and disrespect that brother, because he did add value to my life. I respect the body of work that with some of the work that he did. And if you did have something out, because you said I didn't support you, brother Reggie, if you had something out for me to support, I would have supported it. And if you come out with something, somebody told me you got a book coming soon, or you've been writing a book for a while, man, you get the book, I will buy. I'm putting it on the record. I will buy 5 to 10 books from you, brother. I will buy 5 to 10 books for you. You know what I'm saying? I'll keep a copy myself. I'll read the books, and I'll give the books away. I got Unc book. I got Wu Jowls, Sars. I got a lot of people books that I just got extra copies of that I want to give away. I got merchandise from Unc. Go support Unc's Abjuwear. I got like three or four shirts that I bought from Abjuwear that I want to give away to the people that been supporting us for so long. You know what I'm saying? Just to show that I appreciate y'all. And it's another Rakim 777. I don't know if you on here, man. Man, I told you to send me your address, man. Tell me what you want, brother. You want some books? You want some a hat, a shirt, some pants, some socks, some cards. We got educational coloring books, man. Whatever you want, man. Just holler at me, man. So I appreciate people who support me. And that brother, I had a conversation with this brother who gave me some counseling. He gave me, and he's older than me. I think he's maybe a few years older than me. Yeah, he's a few years older than me. Oh yeah, he might be 10 years older than me. Rakim 777, man. And we had a conversation over the phone. And man, his brother gave me some good counseling like an elder supposed to be. And I took his advice on some things, and some things I hadn't did yet, like where he told me to go some certain places and do, and I hadn't went to those places yet, but I'm definitely going to those places. And I definitely took what he had and applied some of that counseling and guidance that he gave me. So shout out to the elder. You know, he may not want to be called the elder, but shout out to the elder Rakim 777. You got my number now. Please text me and let me know what you want, whatever you want. I'm definitely going to shoot it to you this week. So let me know. I got some other stuff I want to give away. I want to give away some of Abjuwear. That's Unc's stuff. I got some apparel from Unc, some fly stuff from him. I want to bless somebody with. I want to bless somebody with some stuff from our Invoker Family Connect apparel. I want to bless somebody with some of our books. I want to bless somebody, children, with an educational coloring book, a comprehension book. You know, and I'm here to help anybody that needs some help. I'm guaranteed I won't turn my back on you. I'm not going to charge you for some information. If you need some information, whether it's dealing with business, whether it's dealing with how to construct a presentation, how to put a book together, or whatever it is, man, I can help you with equipment that you need, a sound, whatever it is, man. I'm here to help the people, man. But again, man, I'm out of here, man. I appreciate everybody. And I don't know when I'm gonna do another show. Shit, I keep saying that, and y'all pop up, but I ain't been going live every day. Like I say, this shit done got corny to me, and it became like work. It's like work for me. Like it's real hard for me to do stuff, and certain people you can't keep their attention unless you're doing something else. And I'm not gonna compromise myself, just to get people attention. But yeah, I'm out of here, man. And again, I ain't got no problem with Reggie, man. Reggie, I just hope, you know, and one day you can find it in your heart, bro, to apologize, you know, for the things that you said about me and the things that you tried to do, man. You know, I know you're probably not going to do it now. You probably going to turn up. You can turn up. I ain't disrespect you. And man, hopefully one day, man, we can have a conversation. We can have a real conversation where you're not talking over me. I'm not going to talk over you. I'll get off the phone before I do that. And it can be a respectable conversation, and it won't be you trying to little boy me or little son me or shoot your accolades and then try to disrespect me because you have these certain accolades. So you feel like you better than me, so you can talk to me any type of way or talk down on me. I hope one day you can give me that counseling and that guidance that an elder is supposed to be, and you hold your integrity intact when people try to challenge you on certain things. Yeah, I'm out, man. Peace and Black African power. You know, I'll see y'all when I see y'all again. I gotta keep promoting my shit. Hold on, let me change my camera. I can't go. I can't go. Let me change the camera. Go get your shirts, man. Go get your never fall out with your friends over misinformation. Never fall out with your friends over misinformation. Go, dang, can y'all see that? Dang, y'all didn't see that. There it is. Never fall out with your friends over misinformation. Never fall out with your friends over misinformation. Go get your hats, your caps, your socks, your shorts, your sweatpants. It's available, man. And also next week, not next week, but tomorrow, love changes with the seasons. Love changes with the season. Apparel will be up on Kofi Piesie TV, man, because a lot of people love you one minute, they hate you the next. They love you one minute, they hate you the next. So everybody love is always changing with the season. So get your love changed with the season. Apparel in Boca Family Connect. Just go type in Google MBOKA and the rest of it will pop up, or you can go to the top, www.familyconnectapparel.com, and the apparel company will pop up. Peace, Black African Power. And I'm out of here. I'm gonna leave y'all with Obo Femi, real quick song, man. I'm out of here. Now.
Yeah. Over 50, man. You know it. It's so. Shout out to United Front. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Cognitive dissonance, colonized indigenous minds, bodies, innocence, European participants, Jesus no deliverance, rebellion with militants, culturally different, rape, murder incidents, justice no equivalence, lyrical abolitionists, ancestral reverence, soul music the resonance, mind sharp like elephants, melanin glow, elegance, imperial pestilence, governmental negligence, miracle black excellence, manipulate the elements, formulate with eloquence, spark the social relevance, United Snakes decadence, African-centered preference, my people set the precedence, MCE the delegates, go and check the references, eat it out the sediment, evaporate impediments, this that shit excrement, our story indefinite, saying cover by increments, body temple instrument, tuned into the infinite, over.